Hello and thanks for joining us. Macon-Bibb County has a problem when it comes to pedestrian deaths, more than 30 in the past 2 years.
The county's Pedestrian Safety Review Board has worked for 6 years to make the streets safer, and today they had a summit to report on what they've done and to hear from the public. Jessica Child went to the meeting and she joins us in studio with more.
Yes, Frank and Lori, there were several speakers talking about the work the county has done to improve safety and what's to come our way. They recognize that pedestrian deaths are a public health issue for Macon-Bibb. I spoke with one woman who came to the summit and what concerns her about our roads.
Yes, it do scare me.
For 20 years, Lily Gant Evans has owned Lil's Beauty Shop at Pionono Avenue and Anthony Road. She says she's seen at least 15 pedestrians hit.
People just walk across the street not paying attention, and so many have gotten killed.
She says folks don't want to walk all the way to the crosswalk down the block, and drivers don't slow down either.
Approximately about 75 and 80 miles per hour. They don't slow up.
Pionono Avenue is one of the most dangerous roads in Georgia.
Macon-Bibb's Pedestrian Safety Review Board held a summit. County leaders like Coroner Leon Jones, commissioners, and the mayor said they know there's a problem.
So what we are doing is as much prevention, as much education, using taxpayers' money for intervention.
The county hired a safety consultant, Peachtree Recovery Services, to identify problems, why they're happening, and what they can do to solve them.
So in a lot of cases, we'll be making recommendations to GDOT for intersections that cause a lot of injuries and accidents.
Traffic engineer Nigel Floyd says road safety audits, RSAs, have done a lot.
Oglesby had no pedestrian crossings at Oglesby at all. We was able to redo the traffic signal and install additional pedestrian crossings at Oglesby. That was a direct result of that RSA.
Floyd says the state and the county are working on reducing speeds on Gray Highway and installing roundabouts at Eisenhower Parkway and I-75, Mercer University, and Anthony Road and Pionono. That's where Evans's business is.
I really feel better since I went to that meeting, and I think everything will be all right as soon as possible.
The Pedestrian Safety Board says they're set to present 4 years of data, 2019 to 2022, showing where most of the accidents are happening in the county, and they plan to identify why it's happening and offer suggestions on how to fix it.
Thank you, Jessica. The board meets every third Tuesday of the month at 10 a.m. in the Bibb-Macon Government Center.
We're taking a closer look tonight at pedestrian fatalities. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says in 2014, Macon-Bibb had 7 pedestrian fatalities. The next year, the county started identifying pedestrian fatalities as a critical public health issue, and the numbers increased. They dipped, however, in 2020, possibly due to the pandemic.
The State Office of Highway Safety says Georgia had around 1,260 pedestrian deaths over a 5-year period in 2016 to 2020, and they say preliminary numbers show 322 pedestrian deaths in Georgia last year. They put Georgia in the top 10 nationwide.
Georgia Department of Transportation says over 80% of those fatalities occur overnight and 90% occur outside a crosswalk. 1/3 of the fatalities are attributed to drivers, another third to pedestrians, the rest undetermined.